Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Abhishek Tandon from National Parks Board. Today, I will share how National Parks Board harness geospatial technologies to handle sudden surge of crowd at our parks. So first of all, Singapore is city in nature. We manage over 7 million trees, over 350 parks and gardens, more than 3,300 hectare of nature reserve, 80 kilometer of nature ways, and 100 hectare of skyrise greenery. So that's where you can see Singapore is lush and green. So as we all seen during COVID-19, there were various phases. We have faced circuit breaker, we have faced an extension, then we have faced phase two, phase three, and then back to phase two. So during in all this time, people were going to parks and there was a lots and lots of visit in our parks. So during this time, we have faced multiple challenges. One, how to announce the advisories and notice to the public in a timely manner. People also has to be aware that what are the social distancing norms and policies at that time. Some of our parks and playgrounds were closed. On top of that, we need to maintain the critical greenery and park maintenance. On top of that, we have to make sure that our staff is working in a safe environment, because once the staff is safe, then only they can handle this COVID-19 difficulties. So to respond this, NParks have deployed safe distance ambassadors and enforcement officers. These ambassadors are some of the temporary staffs which were deployed to gardens, parks, and nature reserves. And we worked actually day and night. You can see there were closure to the parks. You can see the advisories has been placed at night. One of our colleague was really showing working until 4 a.m. You can see the volunteers came forward to us to support, and we monitored parks and nature reserve. We are really thankful to NPark senior management who also came down onto the ground to support our staff. To actually move on to the next level, our staff was really busy onto the ground, and we were thinking how can we help our staff using OPSTEC or geospatial technologies. So we actually developed a safe distance at parks website. The website is accessible to the public, which shows the visitorship status. It shows the visitorship trend. It also shows the nearby parks within 1 to 2 kilometers. The website is accessible onto the mobile as well as onto the desktop system. The visitorship status and messages are shown in these four formats. If you see really closely, we have used not only different colors, we also used different shapes like square, diamond, circle, and a circle with a cross. This is to help color blind people who can actually determine the visitorship status. The visitorship trends are also shown, and these trends are not the normal trend. Actually, we put in analytics into it, and these analytics are not the normal, like where we know that on Sunday or Monday there is a heavy rush. In this case, it depends a lot on what kind of advisories have been given and the analytics have been placed. This is a map showing the visitorship status, and even Sentosa Development Corporation has also worked with us. So the technology to determine the crowd level, it seems very simple to put the four dots, but we worked a lot in the back end. There is a public website. In the back end, there is an S3 collector mobile app where users can actually plot the point which you are seeing onto the map. They can add the visitorship status, but actually it is not sustainable. So we have integrated image analytics with it, like usage of the CCTV cameras which are available at the park. We have also integrated with our drone. When we fly the drone, it determines the count. We have integrated with edge analytics, as well as we have used car park management system integration as well. And all this are being shown on the back end to our NParks officers as well, which help them to plan their work. So to start with, we allowed users to create a point onto the map and just take a picture. Like if they are creating a point of an area, Singapore Botanic Garden, they can add a picture for their internal reference, because we have added a lot of ambassadors onto the work, and for these pictures help them to determine which place they are looking. The name of the areas which is shown onto the map are work closely with the consultation with officer in charges, and the names are used as it is shown onto the direction sign, so that if public goes there, they can relate the map with the direction signs as well. So a thought process has been put in behind. This is a simple screen to show how users have created actually the point onto the map. It's just 4 clicks, simple. Add point, upload a photo, and set the visitorship status on the first time, low, moderate, high. And some of our parks are actually closed at certain hours. For example, Singapore Botanic Garden is closed 12 midnight and open at 5 a.m. So we allowed an automation where users can put in the closing and opening hours for each park. What it does, actually, it changes the icon onto the map automatically. So at 12 midnight, the Singapore Botanic Garden will be changed to closed, means a gray circle with a cross. And at 5 a.m., it will automatically show the open and take the CCTV feed and update the status. So some of the parks like gardens, like National Orchid Garden, sometimes close on Monday for maintenance. So all these things user can fill once and forget about it. They don't need to really update. It is automatically managed. Uh, Users can also set like how the crowd level or the visitorship status being updated using the CCTV feeds which are there, using the drone, using the Spot, which is a robot. And if you look onto the right of my screen, this shows that threshold. So they can set the threshold in the mobile app that for this area, if there are more than 5 people to 9 people, it will show, the system will show the moderate, and when it is 10 and above, the icon will change automatically to high. So we have put a lot of automation into the work. The further detail is shown next slides. So I'm glad to mention here that whatever shared I hear till date, the system is developed in just 3.5 days. So on the day one, we realized that there is a sudden surge in the park visitorship, and we have to inform to the public. And that's where we determine the business needs. We went to the people and really see how they are managing the crowd. Actually, it was a heavy workload, and it was just the day one of managing the COVID uh, advisories. So staff was also very overloaded. Then on the day two, we actually established SOP with the users on how they are managing the crowd. And we also worked on our side on the system and technical design. For example, what kind of technology we need to use to inform to the public. We understood on day one that we have to develop a website, but on the day two, which system to leverage, which product to leverage, which technologies to select. These are the things we determined on day two, and I'm glad to mention that we identified S3 suite of products to develop this website. Actually, it's a system to develop this system. Then on day three, actually all hands on deck means a very S3 Singapore team and Parks team, GovTech team, we all came together and we developed the website. We started at 9 a.m. and our first sprint was ready by 3 p.m. And this is where leveraging on SC suite of products helped us a lot to rapidly develop a website, to rapidly develop and configure the mobile apps, which you have seen just now. And by 7 p.m. we were ready with our sprint 2, which was being tested. And on the same day, we were ready with the help files. We also prepared 1 to 2 minutes of videos on how to use the mobile app for our NParks officers. And on the next day, we started ops user training via online, and we send them videos via WhatsApp and other means. And by 3 p.m. on the day 4, or you can say 3.5 day, we were live. So if you see, the whole process was really rapid development, and this is only possible by using the right product at the right time with the right people helped us on that day. So this is just going back a little bit into the technical details and how we developed it. There's a public website which is Safe Distance at Parks. On the back end, we have used a portal, ArcGIS server, and S3 products. For field app, we have used S3 collector, and this setup is all on premise. But on day 1, when we started, there was a huge traffic on our website. Actually, to handle over 600,000 of requests in our DC was very, very challenging, and we were keep on adding the resources, and the load were increasing on our website. That time we leveraged on ArcGIS Online. We actually moved all the web apps onto ArcGIS Online, and we kept all the data in our system. So it is a hybrid architecture which is still running. The data still resides with NParks DC, and the web maps and the configuration and some of the front end things are loaded onto the ArcGIS Online, and we use the base map from one map. So you can see the public website, something is coming from one map, something is coming from ArcGIS Online, and the whole data is coming from our system. So that's how we manage the data security and all those things in just 3.5 days. And I really like this S3 concept of system of insight, system of engagement, and system of record. And we have integrated using the real-time CCTV feeds, and that's how we have come up with the architecture of safe distance at parks. We have integrated CCTV analytics architecture. So in previous slide, I have shown APIs, but I haven't talked about it. So on the day 1 itself, we have seen that there's a lot of users needs to update if they have to update via mobile app. So an automation was needed. So on the day 1 itself, in our brain, there was a thing that we should be developing an API based system, and that's where we use ArcGIS portal APIs, which we later use to integrate the whole of CCTV analytics architecture. So CCTV sends an image every 15 minutes to a centralized analytics platform, which is developed by GovTech. And from there, it determines how many people are visible in that picture. If it determines, say, for example, 5 for that particular camera, the APIs are being used to push or pull the data, and you can see the users can set up the threshold in their mobile app. So when the count is 6, it will change automatically to moderate. As soon as the count reaches to high, it will automatically change to the count reaches to 10, it will automatically change to high. So that's actually helped to remove a lot of manpower and bring automation into the whole architecture. And this is where we allow to integrate multiple things together into this system. So this is how our video analytics and people counting system. So people counting in the open spaces, you can see the people count are shown with the blue boxes. We have used the tripline method. We even managed to find out the safe distance breaches, but don't worry, we haven't implemented it for any of the purpose. It is for our understanding only. We managed to count the vehicles in the open and free car park areas as well. We have also integrated a portal APIs with drone. So when we fly the drone, the drone real-time video has been streamed to a server, which was developed by Garuna. And as soon as the drone lands, actually it counts how many people have been covered within that area. So you can see on this screen on the left, it is shown as 11. So the number 11 is sent to the backend. On the backend, it determined whether the 11 means moderate or high, and the system is automatically updating the visitorship status onto the public website as well as the internal platform. We also managed to do the car park occupancy at different car parks, which are free car park as well as EPS car parks. Next, you will see a short video to see how NParks officers sees the system on their end.
This is the internal dashboard for the park managers to view the visitors and car park crowd level along with CCTV images. Currently there are 3 layers: parks, visitor hotspot location, mostly it is CCTV location, and EPS car parks. Visitors locations are symbolized based on the crowd level, that is high, moderate and low. Status is automatically determined based on the threshold set by park manager. It's dynamic. This is the list of hotspots with CCTV integrated. Meaning, visitorship status is automatically determined based on CCTV image analysis. GovTech VA team developed algorithm to extract human object from CCTV and data is pushed to this system. Near real-time images from CCTV with analysis of the human object is shown here. Symbols are automatically refreshed based on the current status of crowd. Click to see the attribute details. These attributes are set using Data Collector mobile app. There will be more integration with cameras, datasets and new features such as temporal analysis, edge analytics, etc.
So that's how the people are seeing in our backend, and it is actually helping them to monitor the areas by the comfort by sitting in their office. This is a park surveillance robot.
Please practice social distancing. At least 1 meter apart.
So this is a robot deployed in Jurong Lake Garden, which was also monitoring the number of people who are coming together, as well as whether they are following safe distance or not. In addition to it, we have deployed few more cameras with the speaker systems, which I show in the next slide.
Do not gather in groups of more than 8 people and observe the safe distance of 1 meter between individuals and other groups. Thank you for your cooperation.
So here you can see that when there are number of people are gathered, CCTV is using the edge analytics to count the number of people, and if the number of people are beyond 8, it actually shares the message. Don't worry, these 8 people are NParks people who are just gathered there to test the system. So to manage this thing, we worked with people, methodology, and technology, and this is how we made success. There was a strong management support, and still there's a strong management support, a strong partnership with S3 Singapore, GovTech, National Parks Board, private players like Garuna Robotics, and we have done a strong coordination with all the parties. We started small, we tracked the things, and we did the continuous improvement, and still doing the continuous improvement to the system. We were agile, we worked on multiple models, and we are bringing data together. Our architecture is scalable, and it's a hybrid architecture. So with that, we are reshaping the future workplace as well as workforce for Singapore, and leveraging a few more geospatial systems to help NParks, such as digital twin for trees. We are working on remote tree measurement system. We are using satellite data for analysis. We are doing biodiversity and parks management using geospatial, such as grass height sensor is also leveraging geospatial technologies, bird tracking, automatic movers onto the ground, video traps, and a lot. We are also helping landscape sector transformation using these technologies. That's all about from my side. Do let me know if any questions. Thank you.